Okay, hello everyone. Today we are celebrating the birthday, not the birthday, but from the land of Tai Chi. From the land of, not kimchi, no, the land of, the Taoists have this sign that has black, yin and yang. What is that called in English? Huh? The Chinese call it Tai Chi, Tai Cực, right? The land of extremes, no? Duality, okay. From a land, what do you call yourself? What, the symbol in your flag? Tai Cực, yeah. Tai Chi, Tai Cực, yeah, Vietnamese, yeah. Yeah, the Vietnamese call Tai Cực. And so the Korean copy that, the Tai Chi. Same thing. So it is the land of extremes, no? Tai Chi is extremes, okay? Extreme opposites, okay? This lady here, we met a couple years ago, and Sung Rin Sa, it's a master Chonghua, thank you. It's been a while. My mind is foggy nowadays. Alzheimer's or something like that, early Alzheimer's. She's a disciple of Master Chonghua, and he teaches reciting a Buddha's name. He's an enlightened Korean monk in prior generation. He's a second ground bodhisattva. So Korea is a land where they emphasize son, Chan meditation. And yet you have this solo monk who says, no, you should not do meditation. You should be reciting Buddha's name. And he's actually right, because it turns out that the song is really, most people are getting nowhere at all. So they practice their entire life, and they really get nowhere. Whereas this lady, so Master Chonghua came along, he says, cut it out. I know our national tradition is to do son, okay, is to do Chan meditation, but you should not do son anymore. And so I think he can see that people are not progressing at all. The Korean are very, very nice traditional tradition of Chan meditation, but for some reason that the current, the couple last generations, people are really not making progress anymore. So he says, you better stop, you better stop meditating. You should be reciting Buddha's name and plan to go to the Pureland. So he's actually the first Korean monk, would you say? Who advocated Pureland in Korea, the land of Tai Chi. Okay. So this lady here is a disciple of his. I'm told that she's been with him for 50 years. Okay? Miss Kang, does it mean that she's not married? Korea is too early for Korea. They're still sleeping. Okay? So that's her. So a couple of years ago, we went to Sung Rin Sa to organize some Dharma assemblies, Chan and Pureland assemblies. We met her because I like Master Chonghua, being enlightened monk and so on. So I was curious. I went to the temple, his main temple, to look at his disciples. And it turns out she's one of the highest level disciples. Okay, so I was curious to, when he taught them to recite the Buddha's name, after 50 years, how did she do? How far did she get? Okay, and I heard that today she's like 100 years old. Okay, and she at the time she looked pretty healthy. Okay, and I asked, Sinan decided to go to Sung Ren Sa and took some recent photos of her. This is a couple of days ago. Okay, and let me see. What happened? She looks so unhappy. Or maybe she saw Sinan with no hair. Okay, see, look how much hair he has. He said, why did you do that to yourself? So, look at her. Yeah. She's now 100 years, and she still sits in full lotus. So she doesn't say anything. She didn't say anything, she doesn't say anything. So I asked her a question, she said, my answer is, Emitofuo, Amitabul. They say in Korean, Amitabul. Okay? So that's what she does. And the legs are still pretty supple for 100 years old. Okay? And she looks a little bit older, you would say. Huh? So, what level is he? Huh? Those you who heard me already, don't say anything. Don't steal my thunder. So what level is she? After 50 years, she's extremely loyal to Master Chonghua. Okay? He says, he's my master for life, and that's it. So she hangs around the temple, and she's untouchable. She's the most senior member, really. Okay? Huh? Third stage, after 50 years. Okay? Not sure what Master Chonghua taught her, but his monk disciples, the one who followed him, they also get about the same level, except for a couple who got higher. But the rest of them, the highest is third stage like her. Okay? So I think she has a pretty good chance to go to the Pureland. I hope. Okay? Because we need more people like her to go to the Pureland. Okay? So that the Koreans have more hope. Because if they keep on doing son, they're not going to make it. Okay? It's too dangerous. Okay? To stick around here. Okay? Anyone has any comments about her? Any additional information? Not, I'm a little bit, interestingly, his disciples are doing son. Because really, reciting the Buddha's name, they don't see anything either. But for this lady here, and there's another a lady who also a very long time disciple, her name, I call her Cutie. She's really cute. Okay? And she's like should be her 80s now. Huh? She's second stage Arhat. And these are very, very loyal disciples of Master Chonghua. I don't think my disciples will ever be that loyal. Okay? I would tell you that right now. It has to be a Korean thing. We Americans don't do that. Okay? As soon as I die, they say sayonara, and okay, so something tells me that she probably will go to the Pure Land, but I don't know. Okay. Okay. But we'll find out, won't we? After she dies, we say, uh-oh. If you don't go to the Pure Land, you're third stage Arhat, you go to the heavens automatically. You go to the heavens of no thoughts, no heat heaven, if you will. In that heaven, in the form realm, you stay there, and you stay there in one lifespan, and then you will become a fourth stage Arhat automatically. So she said, okay, she's fine. If she doesn't go to the Pure Land, she's fine. So in a way, it's a big accomplishment for this lady here. Okay, and it's very encouraging because I don't think she understands anything. Doesn't really understand the Dharma that much, and doesn't speak that much, but she just recited the Buddha's name. So there's hope for all of us who are not very smart. Okay? And then, recently, this is a recent photo as of yesterday. Look how happy she is. We all know our YongHua. Huh? She's also in her 90s? No? The old monk says she's older than me for 2 years. By 2 years only. YouTube has a question. Go ahead, YouTube.
Alta D asks, Master, you said that cultivation is harder in the Saha world. I like the struggle and it's faster to become a Buddha. What would you recommend? Would you recommend going to the Pure Land first and ask Amitabha to come back? Or is it okay that if we want to just get reborn to the Saha world? I saw Amitabha in a dream asking me to go to the Pure Land, but I don't know if I should go or stay here because I want to cultivate in the Saha world.
When? When do you see Amitabha Buddha? When? Wow, that's cool. I never dreamt of Amitabha Buddha. But I teach Pureland Buddhism. I think Amitabha favors the weak. Okay, the answer is obviously unequivocally, how do you say that? Yeah. Unequivocally. Equivocally is French. Oh, fuck. Shucks. I mean, excuse me. Unequivocally, vocally, no? Vocally, I don't know. This is a bad day for me. Without any doubt, okay, go to the Pure Land. Particular Alta D should definitely go to the Pure Land. The sooner the better. Okay, all of us should go to the Pure Land. I hope to go to the Pure Land myself. Okay, even if I ever become enlightened, I still want to go to the Pure Land. That's how beneficial it is. Okay. So this lady here, we know her for quite a while now. Okay. Why does she look so happy? Yeah. She looked younger too. Something happened. Anyway, this lady here is also another Pureland practitioner. She only practices the Pureland Dharma door. So when I taught her our hands and eyes, she said, okay, thank you for transmission. I put it aside. I am too busy reciting the Buddha's name. I was so upset. You could try to tell her, even practicing 42 hands and eyes is very helpful to bring you to Pureland as well. She says, nope, one thing I do, reciting Buddha's name. She's a Pureland practitioner. Very impressive. Okay? YouTube has the answer.
Eltadi says that he saw Amitabha a couple weeks ago, and it seemed like an invitation or something like that, but I'm not sure.
A couple weeks ago. Eltadi, you're still pretty young. If you ever get to see him again, please send him my regards, please. Okay? Hey, wait. We're not done yet. I thought there would be more photos, but these people are so lazy. What happened? Yeah. And then she has a lady here, YongHua, who is smiling. And then one photo here, she's reciting the Buddha's name. I don't know what she's doing. So this, how old is she now? 80 years old? Huh? 82? 79? 80? Okay. Is she there in San Jose? No? No one? Go ahead, San Jose, Q&A.
Dạ có.
Dạ
có, con đang có mặt.
Okay, so how old are you again? Just say it's...
Dạ, tuổi theo Tây là 78, và theo tuổi Việt là 79.
78. Wow. She still pretty young, I'd like to think. Huh? And she is a true believer in the Pureland Dharma door, and she puts aside all the Dharma doors, only recites the Buddha's name. Okay? And I've known her for 10 years, huh? Right?
Dạ đúng.
Around 10 years. And she's from San Jose, so she goes around to a lot of temples and recite the Buddha's name, whether it's a city 10,000 Buddhas to master in Taiwan, the one Guangjin, okay, Guangjin. So he, and then Master Guangjin. Guangjin is a 4th-stage Arhat, okay? And his disciples organizes the Foqi in Taiwan, so it would have a whole delegation of several of them to go there and practice 1 week of Buddha's recitation. Okay, so they're very dedicated, have a group of people who recite the Buddha's name only. Okay? And then so they're true believers again. And so finally last year, after all these years, before last year, she reached 8th samadhi. Okay? She worked very hard. Okay? And so last year, something happened, and She when early on last year she went to first stage Arhat, second stage Arhat, and now third stage Arhat. She doesn't know it until today. You feel any different? You feel any younger, YongHua?
Yeah, A Di Đà Phật. Và mỗi lần mà thầy tuyên bố là con lên cái này lên cái kia đó, thì con thường quay lại để con xét cái tâm của mình. Bởi vì con biết rằng thật ra không có cái quả vị nào để chứng hết, nhưng mà nếu mình buông được thì mình nhẹ. Cho tới bây giờ thì con cảm thấy rằng con không có còn cái ý muốn là bắt mọi người phải nghĩ và làm giống như mình nữa. Con nhìn mọi sự mọi vật cũng như là thế à. Con ban đầu thì cũng có bị động khi mà có những việc trái ý, nhưng mà sau đó là cái tâm con nó trở lại bình thản. Thì con cứ nghĩ là hãy mình càng buông, mình càng bớt tôn trọng cái ngã của mình, thì mình càng nhẹ, vậy thôi.
Master, every time you told me that I make progress, I usually look back and see how my mind works, because I know that there's no fruition to be attained. But I know that I let go a lot, and I feel lighter. I no longer want people to follow my way anymore. In the beginning, I still have a little bit of not very happy, but right now I feel that I'm very peaceful, and that I can let go a lot.
Okay, very good. There's still some questions from San Jose.
Dạ thưa thầy, con xin nói tiếp cái ý đó được không ạ? Dạ, con xin tiếp theo. Là mới đây á, con gái của con á, nó cho con hay là nó đã quit job. Mà trong khi á, thì thời buổi này á, kiếm việc rất là khó. Thì mà trong khi á, gia đình của nó còn 2 đứa con, phải lo cho tụi nó để chuẩn bị đi vào đại học. Mà ở San Jose này á, mà một đầu lương á, thì không có đủ sống. Mà tự nhiên nó nói nó quit job rồi. Rồi nó nói là nó không có thích đi làm ở cái chỗ đó nữa, mặc dầu là chỗ đó rất là tốt. Thì con nghe trong lòng con á, nó cũng thấy bình thường. Con nói chuyện của nó để nó lo, con không cần phải lo. Rồi đồng thời nó nói rồi giờ nó thương con nít, nó sẽ xin vô nhà trẻ nó làm để nó chơi với con nít. Mọi người đều nói nó là crazy. Con cũng nói chuyện đó để nó lo. Trong lòng con không có khởi lên cái ý niệm mà bảo nó phải nghe ý mình. Thành ra con nghĩ đó là một cái hình thức đã buông được.
When? Lúc nào vậy? Lúc nào cái câu này là báo cáo cho cô biết? Lúc nào? Hôm qua, hôm kia? Lúc nào?
Dạ thưa mới chừng 1 tuần lễ nay.
Nếu như mà cách đây khoảng chừng 2 tuần trước, 3 tuần trước, cô có nghĩ có thay đổi gì không? Cô sẽ làm gì? Nếu 3-4 tuần, nếu như tháng trước thì cô có bình tĩnh được như vậy không?
Nếu mà chị nói tháng trước thì cô có bình tĩnh được như bây giờ không? Dạ, nói tháng trước thì chắc con cũng thấy khó chịu. Nhưng mà bây giờ thì hoàn toàn con không có cảm thấy khó chịu gì hết. Mọi người đều nói nó crazy. Con nói thôi kệ nó đi, nó muốn làm gì nó làm.
Yeah. Translation.
Master, I would like to add more. So just recently, my daughter told me that she quit her job. And during the pandemic, it's very difficult to get a job. And then she has two children that is about to go to the university. And in San Jose, just with one income is not really enough. And then my daughter, she has a good job, and then she just told me that she didn't like the job anymore, so she quit. But when I heard the news, I didn't really move. I didn't really afflict much. I didn't really afflict. And then another thing is like my daughter, she said that she liked children, so she wants to go to the what do you
Daycare.
call the daycare center to play with kids, and then everybody just say like, you are so crazy. But for me, I say that's okay, no problem. And then Master asked, when did the daughter tell the news? And YongHua said it's about 1 week ago. And Master asked, if you know this news about 3 weeks to a month ago, how did you react? And then she said, probably 1 month ago, I probably will be afflicted a little bit. But now, for me, everything is okay. I don't care.
So that's what happened when you move from second stage to third stage. You don't love your daughter anymore. Okay? So you know what happened? It just happened, huh? Okay. All right, so congratulations. Again, another success story of someone who only recites the Buddha's name. There's hope for us. Maybe we won't get to be her age. We'll be like that. Renounce your own family. So, can we ask her what are her plans?
Dạ mô Phật, thưa Thầy. Trước nhất là con xin cảm tạ ơn Thầy đã 10 năm nay hướng dẫn dìu dắt con, là người cái nghiệp chướng rất là nặng nề. Nhưng mà con theo Thầy đó thì Thầy cho con một cái chìa khóa để mở cửa, đó là đừng bỏ cuộc. Dạ, con xin đưa một cái thí dụ là hôm thứ Sáu thì con mới chích cái mũi vaccine lần thứ 2. Thì trong người nó rất là khó chịu và con uống Tylenol vô. Nhưng mà tới tối thứ Bảy á, là cái chương trình của con á, hàng tuần là phải tới Kim Lâm để ngồi thiền niệm Phật. Nhưng con không bỏ cuộc. Nhưng mà khi con tới đó, cái người con á, giống như say sóng. Còn cả cái body á, nó nhức. Ngồi cũng không được, đi không được, lại cũng không được. Nhưng mà con nhất định phải đúng 12 giờ con mới được về. Thì con quyết tâm như vậy, có phải là không bỏ cuộc hay không ạ?
Master, first of all, I would like to thank you for teaching me for the last 10 years for a person that has a lot of karmic obstruction like me. And you gave me the key to open the door, which is not quit. Do not quit. So last Friday, I took the second shot of the vaccine and then I didn't feel well. I took some Tylenol, and then on Saturday, my schedule for every Saturday, I will go to Go Forest and stay there to meditate and recite the Buddha's name. But because I took the Tylenol, so I feel very dizzy. My body was aching. I couldn't sit. I couldn't walk. I couldn't bow. But I insist on stay there until midnight, and I did not went home early. So does that mean that I did not give up?
That means you were very foolish. Should have stayed home and rested. You're old enough to be able to take one night off, one day off. Okay, you see, none of you really understands how you get there. It's kind of interesting. Okay, well, that remains a mystery. And we have our own Dharma Prince. Look how serious he is. It's yesterday. I think he was in a bad mood. Look at him. He's so serious. What happened? Huh? Seriously. He says, I'm so sleepy. Why am I so sleepy? Okay, he's probably not third stage. That's impossible. So there you go. Okay, all three of them. Shall we say, the three musketeers of Mahayana? So they all three are third stage arhats. Yeah, cool. There's hope for Mahayana in the world, in our country. Now you understand why Master Chonghua brought it here. Okay? Two Pureland people, these are Pureland specialists, and one who's absolutely no specialty. And you still made it. How? I ask you again, what happened? Yes?
Thầy bữa thầy hỏi con, tại thầy tiếng Anh thầy nói nhanh con nghe không kịp. Bữa nay thầy cũng hỏi vậy thì con theo kinh nghiệm mà thầy dạy thì con thấy là thầy này rất là xứng đáng. Là ở trên San Jose đó, nghe như thầy làm ngày đêm. Nhiều bữa bị ông chánh phong phạt là làm luôn, thứ bảy thứ Mỹ nó lại nó chửi luôn. Thì cái phước báo của ông là nó lên nhanh.
Master, last time you asked, but then because you speak English too fast, so I didn't understand. But today, based on my experience, I
No, the translation was too slow.
I think that Venerable Xianjie, he got there. It's really, what do you call, xứng đáng? He deserved it, because I saw that he worked day and night, and then someday Chánh Phong really pushed them, and then he has to work all night to the point that the neighbor has to come over and complain. So he deserved it.
So Master Xianjie have any opinion on how you made it? I'm sure that I'm asking the question that everyone else wants to know as well. They say, how did these people make it? Huh?
After last lecture, I thought it was just because I had some extra, not really through anything that I did, but I had some extra support, some extra blessings from a plaque that I think may have helped.
Oh. Yeah, it's funny because when he first came as a layperson, resident layperson, they had to come in for some time than before. We observed them, make sure that they're not too depressed, and then so it's funny. He says room and board and so forth, meaning I have to work X number of hours, and after X number of hours, I stop. You remember? I think so. Yeah. It's a very American, it's slavery if you work more than work too many hours. So have a lot of prejudices. Okay, the Westerners don't understand your work is because you plant blessings. Okay, not because you pay for room and board. So anyway, so have a lot of prejudices, lots of really ignorant. So has a lot of years. All right. So the point here is that each of them get there by different paths. Okay, and they didn't realize it. This is important for you to understand that this is my interpretation. This lady here, okay, very simple-minded. Okay, she followed her teacher. When he was even in a mountain, she followed him. When Master Chonghua was an obscure monk, and have no money, no support, she followed him. She went to him and recited the Buddha's name as per his instruction. So she stuck with him. So what happened is that her Dharma door the whole time is simple. It's very simple. She believed in her master. Okay, she's very loyal. This is extremely loyal woman. You can't touch her. Okay, Master Chonghua is like God to her. So that's it. It's only him in this world. Okay, no one else. Okay, by doing that, she's able to put down a lot of things over the years in order to follow him. Is that difficult? Because Master Chonghua had a lot of obstructions, have a lot of criticisms, have a lot of naysayers, as you are preaching the devil Dharma, the devil's Dharma, reciting Buddha's name, what kind of nonsense is that? You need to practice Son. The Korean Sunnim said you need to practice Son. This is our tradition. Okay. And he's the first monk who dare advocate reciting the Buddha's name, because he himself got the results. Okay? So she simply follow him at any cost. That enables her to put down a lot of things. Okay? Unfortunately, it is also the same thing that's keeping her right now at this spot for so long. Okay? She would not listen to anyone else. You see, it's a strength and also her weakness. It brought her here to this point, but after her master died, okay, Mahayana tradition is that you need to look for the next Pureland teacher. If you want to practice Pureland, go look for another Pureland teacher. Don't practice on your own. What does she do? She stayed loyal to her master. That's her downfall right now. Is it clear? It's not Mahayana spirit. You look for someone who can teach you, who's better than you, who can teach you. All right? Too bad she's not here to defend herself. This lady here, we're not sure on to reveal her secret. Okay? But I went up there in San Jose last year, occasionally. And people don't realize it, but I dropped pointers here and there to everyone. And last year, I told her something. From her to go from 8 samadhi to first stage is on her own. Okay, she continued to do it because sales is an opportunity. Okay, we building a temple, so there's a lot of chances for you to contribute and plan your blessing, and she did. So she went from 8th to 1st very quickly because of her sincerity. And from 1 to 2, I drop a hint. I'm pretty sure she doesn't remember, she doesn't notice. That's the point. If you know what I'm doing to teach you, it's not going to work. Okay? It's not like, it's not, the reason it doesn't work is because your own ego will stop you. No matter what I tell you, your ego says, no, I disagree. That's happened to others who fight me constantly. No! YouTube question.
Celeste asks, hello, Master. My son is Chris. My question is concerning when I had stage 3 breast cancer in 2017 when I was 55 years old. Was this my karmic retribution?
Who is this again?
The username is Celeste.
I have 2 Chris I know of. Which Chris are we talking about? Sacramento Chris? So that's Sacramento Chris? Celeste? I'm sorry. It's onset Alzheimer's. I don't remember names. So the question again is what?
The question
Stage
was...
3 breast cancer and she survived? Oh, wow. Karmic retribution. Yeah, of course. Everything is a karmic retribution. Okay. We're sick because we did something bad, and that's why now they get back at us. They try to kill us. Okay. YouTube answer.
Yes, Celeste says her son Chris lives in Sacramento, so it is Sacramento Chris.
Sacramento Chris. So he went home to see you, huh? Okay, nice. Chris is a nice boy. Good man. Okay. Well, it's amazing that she survived her stage 3 breast cancer. Well, so, but it's a close call. So I hope that you will consider going to the Pureland. Plan for your future. It's life is very, very impermanent. Death comes at any time and very quickly. So better be prepared for the next life. And we recommend, in Buddhism, we recommend, I highly recommend to everyone, including you, to go to the Pureland in order to, you'll be much better off forever. You never have breast cancer again. When you go to the Pureland, never have breast cancer again. It will never be a threat if you can make it there. All right? Very good. So I dropped her a hint, and finally I was able to tell her that for all the 10 years I knew her, it was not until last year I saw that the time has matured. The seeds have matured, so it's okay to tell her. Okay, so I told her. Of course, she didn't know, so I'm not going to tell you either. Okay? And then same thing. Master Xianjie, about last month, I went up there, and during lunch, I dropped a hint as well. And unlike the prior 9 years, he would dismiss it before. But last month, he accepted it. Okay? And it helped resolve one big obstruction that's been bothering him for 10 years. That made him feel like quitting for 10 years. That's how tough we are. I knew that's one main reason for him to quit is that. I didn't say anything. Let it build up 1 year, year after year after year. See if you're going to quit. So anyway, that's and this is to remind you it's hard work. It's not easy to get there. It's not a casual thing at all. You're not there yet. It's because you're not working hard enough. It's because you haven't passed the tests yet. Okay? The test is available for everyone. You haven't passed them yet. That's why you're not there. He hasn't passed. Master Xianjie keep on failing that test year after year, month after month, week after week. I watched him. Okay? And it's because you don't have enough blessings, you will not believe the Dharma. You don't have enough blessings, you will not do what you're told. Okay? For some reason, since last month, he's able to buy into it, finally. All right? What did I tell him? Can't tell you either. It's different from YongHua. And you see, so each one of them has a different Dharma door. It's not one Dharma door for everyone. Everyone have their own obstructions. Therefore, you need your own Dharma door to overcome them, to get around them. So the point here is that typically, for most people, you cannot figure it out. All right, and this is why Mahayana, even in Pureland Mahayana, true Pureland Mahayana is a practice under a good known advisor, because YongHua recited the Buddha's name, okay, for 9 years. It's nothing. 8 samadhi to us is nothing. It's not until you get the first stage arhat, then so he looks at, you do have some potential. Below that, sorry, doesn't count for us. All right? All right, that's all I have for you today. Any questions, comments? And finally, in closing, Otadi's question earlier, he said, should I go to the Pureland? I said, yes, unequivocally, Yes, it's because Amitabha is the greatest good advisor that I know. So you can't go wrong there. All right? And unlike the Saha world, you will not suffer. Okay, thank you everyone. And let's take a short break and come back and do the lunch offering. Congratulations to the 3 musketeers. Huh?